So what about the time I had my phone stolen and was chasing the bad guy around for 3 hours? Let's talk about it. Yo everybody, what's up? It's your boy Jesse. How y'all doing this morning? It's a fine, beautiful day out today here in the Philippines. Going for my daily walk and doing my daily video. Today, as you might have guessed, I'm going to talk about the time that someone stole my phone and I was chasing them down for 3 hours roughly. We traveled quite far from the original point of where the phone was taken. So let's go ahead and get into it. As many of you know, I've been here in the Philippines since July 4th of 2024 and I love it. I don't have any big complaints, honestly. The only thing I've ever really talked about that I wish wasn't so was how much rain we have constantly without the sunlight, but that's to be expected in a tropical country, of course. There's one time here in the province I had my phone stolen. To give you all a little background, my phone is a Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 5. And it is connected to my Gmail, thankfully. Luckily my phone does have a tracking mechanism on it, and this phone is not a very common phone here in the Philippines. Most people I know actually prefer iPhone. I'm not an iPhone person myself. I'm a Galaxy person, although I will say I'm not happy with the Z Fold 5. I got it last year and the tablet part of it is already cracked, so I would not recommend the Z Fold 5. I don't know how it cracked. I just opened it up one day and the screen was all messed up. So I do not recommend it. Because it's not a very common phone here, not many people know how to use it. And one day I was with my fiance. I don't remember what all we had to do that day, but I was already stressed out. I get stressed out when I have to be out in public a lot, and there's a lot of people. I tend to stress out, and I was already stressed out. We stopped at a restaurant to eat. Amazing food at that restaurant. I eat there all the time. It's the one I talked about in one of my previous videos, where it's one of the only places I eat rice, because the food is actually really delicious with some rice. So it was that restaurant. But because I was stressed out, I wasn't thinking. I sat my phone down on the table, which is bad table manners. I don't recommend to do that. I've stopped doing that as much, but I sat my phone down on the table and I forgot to get it. And I remember my fiance and me, we went somewhere, I didn't think about it, and then went to a store to pick up something. And we went to go withdraw money and all that great stuff. We went to several different places after that, because I don't like to use my phone very much, especially while walking with a lot of people around, so I didn't think about it. And eventually, is when we got into a trike, I asked her, do you have my phone? And she thought I was joking, because I have joked. You know, I'm a jokester, I'm a prankster. But she didn't have my phone. So we went looking for it. We went to the 7-Eleven, we went to the stores, we went to the restaurant, and we couldn't find it. So she said, well, we need to file a police report. You know, your phone's not a common phone. Surely, if somebody has it, it's going to be recognizable. We reported it to the police and to the I don't know what that station is that we went to, but then they're like, oh, is it connected to, is it a newer phone? And I told them what phone it was, and said, well, is it connected to your Gmail? And I didn't think about that. And we were like, oh, it is. So it had a tracking mechanism on it to find your lost device. And when we showed the police officer where it was, we were already surprised. It was 30 minutes away. It was not even in the same city. And I have to give credit where credit is due. These police officers were amazing. And we got into their police vehicle, and we were just riding around, you know, tracking the device down. And when it would lose service, you know, it would stop and we would have to wait. We'd just keep driving. We went to the police station of where we first saw it. We showed them. They joined in on the chase. It was a little scary at first, I have to admit. It was a little terrifying because the police here, they carry some big guns. They carry guns like what I would, like almost like the M4s that I would shoot in the military. And they were packing, they were loaded. But they were really friendly, you know. And I had gotten to the point where I had just given up. My fiance finally got to the point where she'd given up. We'd been tracking it for hours. We'd stopped at a store, and they didn't have it. I hit the make a noise button. There was no noise. We saw a bus go by. We thought it was in the bus. Then we were still chasing it down, going everywhere, and it was in Cataclan, which is, for anyone who lives in the Philippines or has been to the Philippines, Cataclan is where you go to get on a ferry or a boat to go to Boracay. And we thought, oh boy, they're about to head over to Boracay. Well, they didn't. We stopped by several places asking where this place was and where this place is, because it was really all over the place. It would stop at random stores and random restaurants and things like that. So we just kept going. If someone would tell us where it's at, we'd go, we'd see it moving again, because it'd have service, and we'd see it moving again. We'd get closer and closer every single time. We had no idea what was going on. It wasn't the bus, it obviously wasn't someone walking, it wasn't a trike that we knew of. And eventually we pulled up. We got to see so much of the Philippines. This is an adventure. I felt like I was part of the Taken movies or something. Like I was tracking down the bad guy who kidnapped somebody or something. I kind of made, you know, I tried to make jokes about it and stuff because I was stressing out. I was really, really stressed. All my videos, everything was on his phone. Eventually, though, it stopped. But before it stopped, I figured out that, because I used my fiance's iPhone to help keep track of it, I figured out that I could lock the phone. So I locked it, and I could send it a message. And I sent it a message saying this phone belongs like the U.S. military or something like that. If you give it up now, no further actions will be taken. But we are tracking you, and if you do not give it up, we will prosecute you to the fullest extent of the law. I'm not lying, I kid you not. Within 10 minutes of sending that, the phone had stopped at one place and was not moving. Within 10 minutes of sending that, we pulled in right there, and the guy saw us, and they even retched the phone over to us. They knew that we had found them. I am not as forgiving as my fiance. My fiance's like, oh, thank you, this and that. I let it go because I didn't want to cause any trouble. You know, I'm a tourist here. I don't want to cause trouble. I want to be happy. I want to enjoy myself. I want to have a good time. The police officers were too nice. I didn't want to cause them any problems. When my fiance and me gave up, they did not give up. They was not going to stop until we got my phone back. I'm not lying. I'm telling you guys, you don't know how much the police helped us that day, because I seriously almost I did give up. And then shortly after that, my fiance gave up. The police did not give up. If it wasn't for them, I would not have my phone, probably. The guy handed the phone back. We was happy, we got our phone. I just let it go. I said, oh yeah, it's okay. Whatever. At least I got my phone back. That was pretty much the end of it. But we were traveling for hours. We found out though that what had happened is 2 guys went to the restaurant. They deliver food at the restaurant there all the time. It was a delivery guy, and he found the phone, took it, and drove off with it. And that's why the phone was all over the place. That's why there were multiple stops, things like that, because this whole time it was the delivery guy. The reason I know they didn't know how to use the phone is because they did everything to turn that phone off. Like, they turned the brightness down, the volume was all crazy. They couldn't get into it because it was locked, and they just didn't know how to turn it off. That was that adventure. That was fun. It was exciting. My anxiety was up through the roof. I was in the back of a police car with police with guns that I would almost use in the military. So, I was a little afraid. And then I thought, oh man, what if this goes bad and they start shooting? I was terrified. But everything went good. I got my phone back. Got to see parts of the Philippines I'd never seen before. Got to travel a little bit. And, I got to talk to the police here. And I found out that the police here are really nice, really down-to-earth people. And they're just like everybody else in the Philippines. They're just trying to live. They're trying to be happy. They're trying to do the best they can with what they got, like everybody else in the Philippines and in the world. So I guess the moral of the story that I want to leave you with is, when you're in the Philippines, or anywhere really, I heard Dubai's not like this, but really anywhere in the world, make sure you always have your phone with you. Make sure it's always in a safe place. Because some people just are not as tech savvy as my fiance, me. Some people may not have police officers who are as kind as the ones who are here. You never know. Just be careful. Alright guys, that's my story for today. I just wanted to talk about that a little bit. It was a fun experience. It's funny. It was interesting. Thought y'all might want to hear about it. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, complaints, leave them in the comment section below. I'll respond to them. I always do. Hit that like and subscribe button, guys. Know that you are valuable and you matter. God bless and peace.